AFL on EA Sports. And we've got the Bengals superstar tight end on the doorstep of another milestone in a great season, approaching 1,200 yards. It's the Bengals and the Ravens under the lights on Sunday night.
With the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Ravens in this matchup. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
Set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. They're led out by an electric third-year player from the University of Utah, Tyler Huntley.
A three-year starter at the University of Utah. Again, his NFL opportunity is Lamar Jackson's backup in Baltimore, mainly because he possessed similar qualities. Excellent runner, big-time arm, just has to grow in accuracy and avoiding mistakes.
Come on. Hey.
Right to the air is Huntley. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. Here's Huntley. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Working with a 2nd and 3. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move it back.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. To throw, Huntley. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Got a man, it's caught. Throw Ravens touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing a kicker. Defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
Here we go.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. This is Brown going up the middle, and he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here, as they've got it 2nd down and 11. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. Even though they might not find the #1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick, because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Huntley to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Let's go now.
Off the play fake. Huntley. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Come on, come on. Hey.
Looking to throw. Huntley. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Huntley. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Trey Hendrickson. He's the culprit. Causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Tucker's kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
From his end zone, Wilson. And he returns this to the 22. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. This is Brown on the draw play, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Now Burrow. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A final shot before break. Huntley. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field.
Only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs. So excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Burrow. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Take it in at the 22. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On first down, Huntley. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Running right through him. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. Back to throw now on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw. Huntley. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. They came with a safety blitz, and Daxton Hill got home. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now a handoff for Dobbins. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down well short of the 1st at about the 9-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Tucker's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. From his end zone, Wilson. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. Well, here we sit, week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
Throwing to start the drive. Huntley. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss.
Let's go now.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. Oh, what a juke into space. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Hold the six.
Up the middle, here's Edwards. And a short gain down to about the 33. The tackle there by Jermaine Pratt. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's a give to Dobbins. Had a nice move, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Huntley. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. His big game continues. 10 catches now, and another first down. Here's Dobbins. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Von Bell up to make the tackle. These two teams met in Baltimore. You might remember earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run with Dobbins. And this time he is in.
Yes.
J.K. Dobbins with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
So Burrow and the Bengals down by 2 touchdowns. A minute 46 to go. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Bengals have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. We'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Now Dobbins again on second down. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, here's Dobbins. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 11 MT.
Throwing, Burrow. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
11-90. Here we go.
Here's Burrow. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this one is incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And yes, he's into the end zone, so they get the late score they needed, and now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Huntley. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 32 on the play.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially at a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
To try again after the sack. Burrow. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Oh, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Boy, that's a tough one right there, CD. They fought back to tie it, to send it to overtime, had all the momentum, and then that interception.
That fighting spirit, those fighting plays that got them back into it, maybe a little too aggressive there, throwing the interception, and now they've opened the door to get beat by a field goal, coming back the other way.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And, partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a first down or big yardage. Because whether you're in zone or man, it's easy to lose track of him because you don't always have someone assigned to him. And once he goes, now everybody's scrambling to try and tackle him.
2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied. Throwing on 1st down. Huntley. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for Baltimore, they earn one final victory and finish the regular season at 13-4. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they wanted desperately to finish above 500, but that will not happen, as it is an 8-9 season in the end. And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end.